Good morning. We have 1 minute until briefing. I see several people in the back of the room. If I can get you to move forward and fill in the empty seats. Thank you. Good morning. It's 7 a.m. and we're going to go ahead and start the operational briefing. My name's Jeff Wyndham, Plant Section Chief for Incident Management Team 2. This is the operational briefing for the Zogg incident, September 30th, 0700 to October 1st, 0700. If I can get everybody to please mute your cell phones, turn off your radios, and take any side conversations out of the room. This briefing is being broadcast on CDF TAC 28 as well as YouTube. You can get to the YouTube link by following the QR code on the cover of your IAP. I'd also like to remind everybody that you must wear a mask while in base camp and that you need to ensure social distancing. So if you don't have a mask on, please tomorrow ensure that you have a mask on. You will not be allowed into the briefing area without a mask. We'll go ahead and start with the situational update from Brian Knoll, Night Operations.
Good morning, Brian Knoll, Night Operations. I'm going to go over the situational update. Branch 1, Division Alpha, a lot of good work was done yesterday in there. Crews were able to hold the fire, is still holding west of Clear Creek drainage. They were able to go in and go direct across the northern part near the branch break and go direct on it, as well as starting to build contingency line up Kanaka Peak, working its way out west along the Whiskeytown National Park boundary. Coming around into Division Alpha, contingency line was also built across Mule Mountain on the east side of Clear Creek. Masticators worked along Muletown Road and just doing a lot of good contingency work along there. As we come down into Division Charlie, a lot of good work, tactical patrols along the structures, mopping up along the line. Everything's looking really good. Same goes forth in Division Echo. Everything's looking real good, holding within the lines, and we're just mopping up and patrolling that. Coming down into Division Foxtrot, which is south of Cottonwood Creek, our line continues to hold on the west side. Yesterday, crews went in and started building some line indirect, and today they're going to be doing a firing operation down in here to close this off and bring it back down to Highway 36. But the fire is holding north of Highway 36. Coming into Division Hotel, line is looking really good. We're continue to mop up and patrol that. The same goes forth in Division Mike, all the way up to Platina Road. That's all looking really good. Division Papa, yesterday we had some activity in there. The fire has picked up in intensity here along the North Fork of Cottonwood Creek. And crews yesterday were engaged in keeping that fire from crossing Sunny Hill Road. And coming around into Division Yankee, the fire did not move in there very much yesterday. It's held kind of to Jerusalem Creek Road, Rainbow Lake, and the fire did not really move yesterday all the way back up to the branch break. Yesterday in Yankee, a lot of contingency lines were looked at, roads ran, and started to build contingency line up to Duckett Peak. End of report.
For management objectives, we're going to provide for emergency personnel and public safety at all times, ensure COVID-19 precautions and best practices are met, protect property improvement and infrastructure, ensure coordinated, timely, and accurate release of public information, foster and maintain relationships with all cooperators and stakeholders, protect economic, natural, cultural, and heritage resources, and maintain fiscal accountability and keep costs commensurate with values at risk. For control objectives, we're going to keep the fire north of Highway 36, south of Highway 299, east of Bully Choup Road, and west of Gas Point Road, Placer Road, and Swayze Drive. Now with incident weather incident meteorologist Ricky Robert.
Good morning, I am Robert Rickey, your incident meteorologist. So we do have high pressure that's going to bring a round of hot and very dry conditions to the area today. Temperatures are going to climb into the 90s. We're going to see minimum humidity this afternoon around 10%. Winds will generally be light. I think they're going to blow from the southeast this afternoon. My main message for today is, after 1900, winds are going to increase and we're going to see a wind shift. After 1900, I think we're going to see wind shift to the west or the northwest. We're going to see sustained speeds around 10 miles per hour with some gusts up to 20 miles per hour possible. So again, be alert. After 1900, I think you're going to see wind shift to the west or the northwest and increase in speed. For your more northern divisions, so I'm thinking of Papa, Yankee, Alpha, Charlie, and Mike, your winds are going to be from the northwest. And that's where your winds are going to be a bit stronger. In fact, I think the strongest winds are going to be in Yankee today. The more southern divisions in Hotel, Foxtrot, and Echo, those winds are going to be a little bit lighter, and they're going to be from the west. So I'm going to repeat this one more time. After 1900, be alert, because I think you're going to see those winds increase, and I think you're going to see them shift to the west or the northwest. Aside from that, just look for a round of poor humidity recoveries overnight. Thank you.
Fire behavior analyst, Robert Clark.
All right, a couple things that we got going on today. Let's go back to some basics, our fuels, weather, and topography. Fuels across this fire are very varied. On this upper end, on the northern end, there's a large fire scar from previous car fire. So fuels in that area, and a lot of it is a lot of grass understory, a lot of dead standing timber, and dead woody fuels down there with some brush repopulation and regrowth in there, and that continues up into Division Alpha. Down the center of the fire, we're mostly some chaparral, some brush, some oak woodlands with a lot of grass. And then on the lower end of the fire, we get more transition, more of a grass and short brush area. So with what we have going on out here, we had above normal rainfall late in the season this last spring, as short as it was. So we have an abundance of fine fuels out there. So keep that in mind when you're out there. That what that leads to is an abundance of highly receptive fuels out throughout the fire area, and those grassy fuels. Our topography up here on this other end, a lot of complex topography. Taller peaks, drainages, river channels that are going to funnel those winds that they're coming in. The incident meteorologist really talked about those winds coming in, so you could look for those winds to be funneled through those low-lying drainages and those river channels in there and increase those wind speeds more so than what was forecasted in there. So keep that in mind. As far as fire behavior, as those winds shift this afternoon, you can keep in mind a lot of residual heat is in the interior of the island, and those heavier fuels that are down, those are going to cause the potential for spots to come out of there, and they'll spot out into those receptive fuels. So keep that in mind. Pay attention. If you start to see blue skies above you, the lid's going to come off this thing, and you're going to see an increase in fire behavior. Refer to page 5 in your IAP. Make sure to brief it with your crews, and have a safe day. Thank you.
Andrew Hubbs and Chris Waters with roll call and work assignments.
Good morning. We'll be doing full roll call after briefing in your branch breakout, so please report there after briefing, please. Starting off in Branch 1, Branch Director is Rick Valles. Division Alpha, Dennis Lange. Division Charlie, you can scratch Steve Lowe with Jesse Winnan. Branch 2 is Magnus Johnson. Echo and Foxtrot, we've got a switch. The leader off of 9220 Charlie will be Mark Pimentel. And for Foxtrot, the leader off of 9260, Larry German. Division Hotel is Matt Troller. Branch 5 is Bill Lopez. Supervision and Division Mike is going to be Branch. For Division Papa, it's Robert Ververka. And for Division Yankee, Brian Gillesco with trainee Alex Edward.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's start off with Branch 1, Division Alpha. That's been our operational priority last couple days, and it's going to continue to be as such as we continue to go direct and then also complete our contingency up towards Mule Mountain. get down into Division Charlie, Division Echo, tactical patrol, mop up, and then as we start to see calls for service, go ahead and support that activity. Down in Division Foxtrot, we have an important firing operation to get this thing closed off. This has been the second priority for the incident the last couple of days, and it will remain as such. We want to get this fire cut off, get it mopped up, and get it taken care of so we can focus our attention going north up Hotel, and Mike, mop up and patrol. And then as we move further in the next couple days, the priorities are going to start to shift into Papa and Yankee. Papa in particular, going to try and go direct, and then start doing the contingency planning in case that thing gets seeded down in Jerusalem and Cottonwood Creeks. Make a big push if it decides to get seeded in that country and start moving north. Getting up into Yankee, again, contingency planning, and then trying to go direct. We're going to have to prepare for the worst and hope for the best, and then have a good shift. Thanks.
Air Operations Branch Director, Byron Vance.
Good morning. Brad Idle, Air Support. If you could open up your IEP to page 20, look at your Air Operations Summary, your 220. We have a couple of adjustments on there. You can scratch Helicopter 861, they're going to be down mechanical, and you can scratch Helicopter 7 X-Ray Lima. Today, barring any activity other than our fire and smoke, we should have air attack and Helco up all day. We'll have 5 Type 1s, 3 Type 2s, and 3 Type 3 helicopters. Make all your aircraft requests through your division or your branch to either Helco or air attack. And make sure you're monitoring air to ground at all times. And like we said yesterday, if you have any aircraft working in your area, please have all your people monitoring air to ground. Have a good shift.
Medical Unit Leader, Justin Vanderhulst.
Good morning. If you could turn to page 21, we'll review your 206. So for base camp, you have CalMat over across from the kitchen, and they're available for all your treatment and supply needs. Also out on the line, you have 2 ambulances, and you have a couple line medics out there. If you can review box 6 of your 206, that is your IWI procedure. Please get all the correct information and all your requests to Zogg Communications. Also, make sure everybody's screening for COVID symptoms, doing temperature checks daily. Thank you. Have a good shift.
Communications Unit Leader, John McCormick.
Good morning. Let's turn to page 22 and we'll review the comm plan. So today we do have a new clone, so everyone needs to be cloned today. So make sure you get that clone. It's over by the communication van, and we'll get you ready to go out there. The issues we were having in the South Zone, we got that taken care of. So for Foxtrot in that area, we're going to be using CDF Command 7, Tone 1. If you can't get out on the Shasta commands, that's the command you can use. And that should get you back. We did some tests, and it's loud and clear. Make sure you guys continue to monitor air to ground. Like AirOp said, that's CDF TAC 17. And make sure you use CalCord for all your EMS coordination. Radio repairs are also located next to the comm van where we're doing our cloning, and you can get batteries there as well. And also for all line orders, this is very important. All line orders come through communications. So if you guys need something by out there on the line today, you need to get it in by 1900 hours. 1900 hours is the deadline. And you can, if you don't have communications on command, you can get us by command. But we also put in page 26, Zogg Communications phone number. So you can call that in. You get it in at 1900. If you don't get it in at 1900, you'll get it the following day. With that, have a safe shift.
Safety Officer Chad Thompson.
Good morning, everybody. The number one objective of this unit chief, this unit, our incident commander, and the whole team is that we go home safe. So this briefing is for you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are briefing everyone so everyone knows the objectives of the branches and the divisions today, and we go home safe, okay? Just to want to recap, communications just talked about a new clone. Make sure you're getting the right clone today. You're on the right communications channel so we stay informed. Fatigue. We've all come from other fires. We're fatigued. Guys, fatigue affects decision making. Make smart decisions out there. Weather, hot, dry weather, significant wind change at 1900. Fire behavior, talked about the probability of ignition of 90%, spotting a quarter to half mile, but also that the topography, the steep canyons can funnel those winds this afternoon, this evening. Operations, down the lower half, we'll do firing operations. Up in the upper half, we'll try to go direct when we can. Then contingency. Please know what your branch and division's objectives are and follow them. Medical. I don't want anyone to get injured, but we got to prepare for that. So review the 206 and the box for the IWI. That's it, you guys. Have a great shift. Thank you for being here.
Logistics Section Chief Milford Ferguson.
Morning, Milford Ferguson, your logs chief. So today, page 29, you have your base camp map for all your locations in camp. Please refer to that, finding things that you need here. Supply, back over there are the shelters in the middle behind the food. Branch or better for your 213 signatures for firing devices, and just a note on that, very, very limited on fire devices as things are being used throughout the state. So we have tapped out the vendor. So as we get those in, we'll certainly get to supply you, so you'll get limited supplies today. Also, be prepared with a CDF 101 for hose replacements and other appliances with countable items, and please put on there where they might be left on the line, what division, so we can keep trackability on that. Fuel locations, you do have fuel in the back of the parking lot of the large equipment parking lot, and we do have fuel on the line at the Igo Ono Elementary School, and that's going to be at 6429 Placer Road. Also, be sure you get your ice water and Gatorade. It's also on the, would be on the far side of the parking lot, there under the tents. Have a good shift.
Technical Specialist Claudia Sosa.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Claudia Sosa, training specialist for this incident. For all the trainees assigned, please be accountable for your assignment. If you're working on your position task books, you must register with training in order to receive proper credit for your assignment. On the IIP, page 28, there is a trainee data form. Fill it out and drop it off in my office. My office is located in the Plans building next to check-in, and I will be available right after briefing. Also, my phone number is listed on page 28 in case you have any questions. Thank you and have a good day.
For finance, please ensure that you review the finance message on page 24. We need to ensure that we're getting shift tickets into finance as well as getting our contracts into them. Also, for CAL FIRE employees, it's coming up to the end of the pay period, so please check in with time so that the e-pay situations can be handled seamlessly. Now with information, Jeremy Ron.
Good morning, Jeremy Ron, your Public Information Officer. If everybody wants to look at their IAP on page 25, we could give you the numbers as of this morning. We're at 51,955 acres at 7%. Also, key, if you come across any public today needing information, please refer them to call 211, or if they're outside of this area and they may be viewing this broadcast, you can call 530-448-2466 to get the latest information. Also, Lost and Found is located in our trailer. If you've lost something or if you found something, we'll help get that home. As well as on page 25, there's an email address, so if you get any pictures or other things that need to get approval to go out on social media, please utilize that or reach out to one of our PIOs. We'll continue 11 a.m. press update for the local area, and I just want to encourage anybody that is viewing this briefing. This briefing is designed for firefighters as well as people going out on the line specific to this incident. So any of the maps or any products that you're seeing during this briefing, please refer back to the Public Information Shop as far as explaining different things that you see. Thank you and have a safe day.
Team 2 Incident Commander Sean Kavanaugh.
Okay, good morning. I don't know if that's good enough. Good morning. There we go. Thank you very much. Hey, a couple things for branches division. I talked about this yesterday. Page 4 and 5, review the fire weather behavior and the weather forecast that's going to change today. Also, the 205 and the comms, there's a change, so make sure everybody has that briefing and look at those. Yesterday, we had a smoke inversion. There is one this morning. We need to take advantage of that. Obviously, the fire laid down when we have that smoke inversion, but let's make no mistake about it. If it lifts in those areas that have uncontrolled line, this thing's going to burn, especially in those drainages over there. So everybody have good situational awareness today. Pay attention to that wind shift that's going to occur. We get the shift in the evening time. That's our normal pattern that's going to start coming in. This thing is not done yet. The last 3 days, though.
At 1700, branch and division breakout signs are along the back wall, starting with branch 1 to my left and working to branch 5 to my right. Also, for tomorrow's briefing, please ensure that you wear a mask. You won't be allowed in the room without a mask on. With that, next operational briefing is at 7 tomorrow morning here. Have a safe shift and turn on your electronic devices.